Everybody, this is Rima Desai from The Guiding Star. Today I'm teaching you exercises and things that you can do to improve your child's handwriting. I am a handwriting expert, which means that I'm a certified handwriting expert with Learning Without Tears. I teach pre-literacy and pre-writing skills to pre-K to 5 years, as well as handwriting improvement for children older than 5 years all the way up to 13 years of age. So, with handwriting, what many parents, especially in India, we think that it's just about my child deciding to write better or they need to practice and just write better. But there's so much more that goes into handwriting. It's really interesting that, especially for the younger age groups, the faster we practice these skills with them, the better their writing gets because it requires a lot of muscle movement and fine motor coordination with eye brain coordination to write really well. And with pre-literacy, not only do we teach children formation of letters, correct orientation, a lot of vocabulary that we use in helping them do the formations. Remember that we use Blackboard with sponge and 3-finger grip. So if you've been coming to my classes, you know what I'm talking about. But today I just want to share exercises and practices that you can have your children do at home to just improve their muscle movement, the wrist muscles, palm muscles, finger, and as well as fingertips, which is the fine motor. So let's jump into that. Because with many of you, with the pandemic, many of you have, we've just stopped doing classes in person and you've just not been able to finish the classes with me. So I want you to be able to take advantage of this from home. So here we go. I have a Play-Doh right now with me. Play-Dohs are excellent, especially if you get them to really use their muscles with Play-Doh. Even making tiny balls and teaching them how to roll. I teach them a lot of these skills in my handwriting classes. But today we're going to do something specific. So once they've softened their Play-Doh and they've rolled it into a ball, I want you to have them flatten it. And please don't stress on making things perfect for your children because this is just like driving or swimming. The more they do these exercises, the better they will get. So my Play-Doh will look really nice, but don't stress on your children's Play-Doh to look perfect. So if you see my Play-Doh on the table here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my fingers now and press my fingers onto the Play-Doh one at a time. I'm not going to press it like really hard. It's just a gentle touch. And the reason for us doing this exercise is to get our fingertips, to strengthen and our finger muscles to strengthen. Children will often complain of their fingers or hands ache as they write. The reason for that is oftentimes it's the pressure or the angle that I teach you in my classes, but also it could be just how strong their muscles are. And always remember to have them to practice both hands, not just one hand, even if this may be their dominant writing hand. This is my right hand. You always want them to even use and strengthen their left hand or the other helper hand because that balances out the body, but also helps them utilize the other hand skills whenever it may be necessary, right? So once again, we're going to press our fingertips onto the Play-Doh. First time, it's very light pressure. The second time, they can increase that pressure a little more, but you don't want to have them press so hard that it just creates a dent, like a hole, right, in the Play-Doh. And then you can always turn it the other way around and do the same activity. Now, if you've come to my classes, you know that I teach children doing the fingertip exercise. So have them practice that with both their hands. Then I've already made a video on stress ball. I've shared a lot of different techniques that you can use, that children can use to strengthen their finger muscles with stress ball. There's just so much we can do, just a lot. All of these exercises that I've shared a ton of them in my other video. Here's a piece of paper where I have shown you on the double line paper that we give in Learning Without Tears. You get this material only from our classes. It's generally not easy to find. So before they start writing on 3-line paper, we want to have them write on 2-line paper. This is this is pretty narrow, but before that, there's also wider 2-line papers, so they can use either of these. And look at these shapes that I've drawn. The continuous movement. And some of these, 2 or 3 of these, I've learned from my graphologist. She had given it to me a few years ago when she assessed my handwriting to improve just some of my brain functioning. But this is an excellent exercise when you when you write with your Handwriting Without Tears, a small pencil that I give. And then that continuous movement of doing your best to get a uniformity in this shape, it really increases and improves not only your handwriting, but even certain brain functions and motor coordination. So when you look at these different designs, even the circles and triangles and squares and slant lines, you can have them to have your children practice this. The more they practice, the better they'll get at this. You also have, many of you who are my clients, you also have so many different kinds of tracing paper designs that I've shared with you that your children can continue. You can photocopy them, continue to practice at home. And then there is the block paper. With the block paper, this is for uniformity. Again, it's a part of Handwriting Without Tears material. They're not only writing their letters within these blocks, and it's showing them starter points, which is very helpful for younger kids. But what you can also do, this is some of my own creation, is you can have your children border. And I can't do it very well right now because I'm holding the paper up, but basically the paper will be held down in the correct tilt. We're using the helper hand, correct finger grip, and then they will be bordering the block. And then inside the block, you can have them make lines for coordination, just teaching them how to make coordination lines without the use of pencil, without the use of scale, and tell them it's okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, it could look really ugly. As long as they're practicing, it's going to help them out. And so they can make different designs, vertical lines, horizontal lines, diagonal lines, circles inside. And then tear this paper out of the book and then have them cut every block. So that's a lot of exercise. It's pretty hard, and they can break it down into 3 days. But literally cut the border of each block with scissors, because cutting is excellent for writing as well. So these were a lot of exercises that I shared with you. I hope you take advantage of them, and good luck to your children. Handwriting improvement requires more than just repetition. It requires expertise of learning the correct skills, strengthening hand muscles, using different techniques. And I'm really proud as a handwriting instructor to see a lot of my students improve their writing and their literacy as they come to class. This is Rima Desai once again. Bye-bye.